We just got back from Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, and overall I thought it sucked. Okay, so now this review is either, I don't know if it's going to be short or long. We're going to try to say everything we need to say quickly, but I have read the books and I've seen all the movies. He has not read the books. And which movies did you see?
All of them.
Oh, he saw all of them too. So
watched it again.
Basically, he didn't read the book, so he had no idea what was going to happen. I already knew word for word what was going to happen. So here's going to be the review. The plot. The plot's basically like they're just continuing what happened in the first part. So it gets very, very epic, like I thought it would. And overall, I did not think this movie sucked. I thought it was awesome. If you didn't get the joke, because a lot of people end up doing that.
It was joke about that.
I don't even joke about that. Yeah, the plot, I thought it was like really well written from the books. It was word for word from the books. So if you've read the books, you know it. There's one part that they changed up, but it's word for word from the books. So if you have read the books, you know exactly what's going to happen. Don't even think, well, maybe they change up this part. No, it's the same exact thing. So that's all I want to say about the part before spoilers. Now, acting. Daniel Radcliffe did. You're not even talking. Daniel Radcliffe. Well, I mean, you can jump
like,
in. Daniel Radcliffe. And Emma Watson and Rupert, whatever his name is. I'm tired. What's his name? Grint, whatever. Harry, Ron, and Hermione. They did great.
Those
as
are
always.
the only names I know.
Harry or Daniel Radcliffe and Rupert Grint, whatever his name was, they were okay. But Ron or Hermione, I thought she was the best out of all of them, and probably the best in the movie. What'd you think?
Okay.
Well, then we have like Helena Bonham Carter. She did good. She had like
Who is that?
less meaning. Bellatrix. She had less meaning in it Then she did good. I thought like she had less meaning in it than I thought she would. And
She's
Ralph,
crazy.
She's crazy. Ralph Fiennes, he did amazing.
She's really crazy.
She's really crazy. Ralph Fiennes, he did amazing.
Crazy.
Stop it. Ralph Fiennes, he did awesome, and I knew he was gonna do awesome because he does awesome in every movie he's in. And it's kind of funny how Helena Bonham Carter and Ralph Fiennes are kind of like a pair, so they went perfectly together in this movie. And you know,
no idea who you're talking about.
Ralph Fiennes is wonderful.
Okay, say the actual character's name.
No, because then it's gonna sound unprofessional.
What?
Voldemort. Ralph Fiennes as Voldemort. He did awesome. He probably did the best, actually. I rethink it. Him and Alan Rickman, which I'll get into now. Alan Rickman did amazing. Alan Rickman was Snape.
Oh, okay.
He is the guy who talks like this. So Alan Rickman he's my favorite character by far. Severus Snape. He's mine, absolutely. Especially after this movie. He's my favorite.
Dobby.
His was Dobby. Shut up. Alan Rickman did amazing. They kind of make-upped him up. Like it was really obvious in his first big scene. You kind of see there's a lot of makeup on him, but other than that, he did amazing. He did not lose his charisma. I think he actually did the best for me, at least. And I know Ralph Fiennes and
I think
Emma Watson
did the best.
Dobby did the best. He wasn't even in the no, whatever. So then we have other people, kind of like the dude who played Dumbledore. I'm stupid, I can't remember him. He did good. The Potters were good, and Gary Oldman is Sirius Black. He was in this again, and that was amazing, I thought. So anyway, that's enough for the acting.
Well,
but
he's not necessarily in it.
More so a cameo, I guess you could say. Cameo's a little bit of screen time, but you're
well, I mean, not like
this.
that. He's not necessarily really like in, if you know what I mean.
Just
Yeah.
stop trying to confuse everybody.
But he's not really in.
He did good, and I'm trying to think. The dude who did Grip Hook,
Who's Grip Hook?
the Goblin.
Oh, okay.
And from the beginning,
that guy.
he did amazing. The dude who played him,
that guy, though.
that's what you're supposed to hate him. That's why he did so good. And
I thought he was a good guy at first, but
yeah, just don't ruin it. He did amazing, I thought. And by the way, spoilers. We will talk about spoilers at the end. So hold on. Grip Hook did amazing, I thought. He's up there with like Ralph Fiennes and Emma Watson and Alan Rickman. Because the whole ever since the first thing he said in that movie, I was kind of thinking, wow, I already hate this guy. Because he's just, the way he did it, I thought he He was amazing. Now, the last thing I want to say before spoilers is the magic. Like, you know how it's always like magical and whimsical and stuff. I thought that the only time I ever actually felt that was like the Gringotts bank. That whole entire thing, the whole entire big scene, all the scenes, it was just so magical and whimsical. And come on.
Grip Hook.
No. The whole entire Gringotts was amazing with the dragon and the Bellatrix's vault. Awesome. It was very magical for me. And then the other magical part was the secret room, which I don't really want to get into because it's kind of a spoiler, but you know what I'm talking about.
It's a secret.
Anyway, so basically, if you haven't seen the movie, please leave. My overall consensus is I thought it was...
No, I mean, seriously, leave now.
Yeah, leave now. So I thought the movie was perfect, and what do you think? There was only like a few things I wish they could change up, and I'll get into that in a minute.
It was perfect except for Dobby.
Dobby, yeah. Okay, so hopefully everyone who hasn't seen it's gone. So the big spoiler is everybody dies! No, really, if you haven't seen it, get out of here. We're about to ruin the movie for you. Leave. Now. I see you still here.
Harry Potter
Close it out.
dies.
Now. Yes, he does. He does! No,
Emil. Harry Potter dies.
So, wink, wink. So, really, if anybody hasn't seen it or they don't want it spoiled for them, please leave. We don't want to ruin it for you and be responsible. So, you can only blame yourself. So, the biggest thing I want to talk about are the deaths in this book. And it starts off with Grip Hook. His death wasn't in the book. That's what I loved. When you see him dead, I was like, yes, he died! I'm so happy! Because it wasn't in the book. And I'm sure everybody in the theater, cheered. Now, let's talk about the bigger deaths. I'm just going to go by the ones I can remember. The Lupins, Remus and Tonks, it was exactly like it was in the book. It was Remus and Lupin were, you know who they are, right? Remus and Tonks, their deaths it was just how I thought. I love how when you see them dead, they're holding hands. That was a very nice touch.
That's who you're talking about, okay.
Yeah, I said Remus, he was the only one that was with him in the forest that just died. Remember when everyone was
there? Now you're just confusing me.
Whatever.
I knew who you were talking about until you said that.
Okay, so Remus and Tonks, that was a good touch. Fred, that's the big death I want to talk about. In the book, Fred died in Harry's arms with Ron and Hermione and everybody around. It was this big emotional.
In the movie, it wasn't really very emotional.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was just like he died. You know. I was thinking he died. You know, whatever. In the movie, I was still tearing up. Whatever. Shut up. It wasn't as big of an impact as it was supposed to be. I thought.
Oh my gosh, he's dead. Okay.
He didn't even. Did you even know he died?
What?
Did you even know that Fred died?
He died. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I knew
after you saw him dead on the ground.
Yeah.
It's like in the book, it was just a bigger emotional experience. Oh my gosh. Anyway, now the next death. The next death was Snape. I cried. I think that says enough. They did perfectly, like I thought he would, when he gets killed by Nagana. That was perfect, I thought, and that's all I want to say about his death because I don't want to make this too long. The next death. Yeah. Well, that's kind of how it's supposed to be because, all you do is, see Harry, sad. Anyway. So, the next death I want to talk about is Harry Potter! Yeah, that was an awesome scene.
Yeah.
It was by far everyone...
He completely dies.
Everyone in the theater simultaneously crapped their pants when he walks into the forest.
What?
Everyone was like, oh my god! He's there! He's gonna get killed! Like when he walks in and then Voldemort's like, Harry Potter, the boy who had come to die! And then he dies. That was great. That was probably my favorite death in the movie. That's kind of grim to have a favorite
so
death.
Funny if he pulled out a piece of metal and back for it.
What now? He gets out the stone, bounce. You can have it, but he couldn't do that because Nagana. But anyway.
Oh yeah.
That was good. That was an awesome death. Then he comes back to life, of course. And then the next death was Bellatrix. I loved that. That was hilarious. She gets killed by Ron's mom.
That was funny.
That was great. It was just how it was supposed to be in the book, and I just love that part. Next is Nagana. It happened differently because Nagana was supposed to be... when Neville pulls out the sword, he was supposed to kill Nagana on the spot. But they end up... I actually did like what they did with it. They dragged it on to where Nagana is in this fight with Hermione and Ron, and Neville kills her. So that was great. I love that.
He just like popped up his cooks.
And now the last death, which is obviously Voldemort. I want to talk about this one a little bit further into detail because in the book,
almost like he had really, really bad sunburn.
I should have put on that sunscreen. Harry Potter defeated by the sun. So in the book, he doesn't know it. In the book, basically, when Harry jumps back, everything goes crazy again, which is when Bellatrix dies and Nagina dies. Basically what happens is Harry and Voldemort, they meet, and then there's like a flash of light and Voldemort's dead. So it was like Voldemort died like that in the book, so it wasn't really epic.
I liked what they did in the movie.
The movie, they did it way better. The director did amazing because it was a long, drawn-out duel, and they were like going all over Hogwarts, and then watching in the trailers, seeing the little pieces of them fighting all over, I thought that was really, I thought they were going to do it horribly, but I really do like what they did with it because they actually pulled it off. And when they were crawling for the wands, that was just like one of those parts where I was like, oh, this is the end. Why is this the end of the series? Anyway. And one more thing I want to say. The dragon. What the dragon? In the books, after they jump off the dragon stops at the lake and, he dies. And this one, nobody notices a dragon's going loose.
I know.
I'm like, in the books at least, after he drops him off, he goes into he like coils up and dies. In this one, he just flies off, and I'm thinking, is nobody gonna notice there's a freaking dragon in the skies?
He like went over the city, and I'm like,
yeah, there's like a city. I'm like, is no one really gonna? It's like a little kid.
Bird.
Mommy, look, it's a dragon.
It's like, no,
look
honey,
what I found. Oh, honey, it's just a dragon.
No, seriously, no.
And something else, Albus Dumbledore, they cut out the part about the big. I'm trying to think. I'm sorry. The story about Dumbledore and his sister, and call me stupid, but I'm not. Call me stupid, but I'm not sure if they actually included that in the other movies. But that story, like, it was really emotional.
Which one?
In the book. It wasn't in the movie. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
It was Aberforth ends up telling him. Dumbledore ends up telling them about what happened to Ariana and Albus. So it's like Albus Dumbledore, the dude who gets killed by Snape.
Yeah.
So they cut that all out. I'm pretty sure he already said that. Yeah, he already said it. He said it in the 6th one when they were on the island. So that's what I was thinking of. I knew that they cut something out.
We should watch the whole series over.
This is the final one. Yeah. So the last thing I really want to talk about is Snape's memories. When Harry
that was cool.
When he looks at Snape's memories, I think that one was done way better than the book. Mainly because you get the impact when Snape's holding Lily in his arms and Harry's crying, It's just like that big emotional impact that just... Hold on. You can talk for a moment. I'm better. Anyway, so... It's just that big emotional experience that, I'm happy I saw it at midnight. It's like one of those things where you're like crying in the theater.
It's 12:20.
And it's 3:02. Wow. It's late.
I wish I had to watch.
Yeah. It's just one of those big emotional things. I'm happy they did it. But the pacing too, reading the book, I was like, well, there's barely anything in this, I was thinking... I'm better. So I was thinking while reading the book, I was like, this is going to be easy to make a movie out of. But then watching the movie, I'm like, well, I guess it isn't that easy. Because I forgot of all the small little details.
Special effects and...
Yeah, like the Chamber of Secrets and stuff, but really the last...
Honestly, I think this is the best series ever made for a book.
This is possibly the best film adaptation I have ever seen in my life. It is. I'm sorry. This is up there. It's up there with The Social Network. That proves how much I love this. It's just, for me, in the theater, it was this big emotional experience for me. Not really him, I guess, but I cried. Or I didn't really cry, I just teared up a lot. Especially when, Snape died.
That's called crying.
It's called it's like, this is a series I've been following since I was 3. So... This is just, it's like one of those Toy Story things where it's like, you want to see the last one, and it's like...
How long has it been drawn out?
What?
How long has it been since the first one?
11 years, and it's been nearly... It's been 15 years since the first book. So, Yeah, it's old. So it's just like one of those big emotional experiences you want to. Are you okay? Are you all right? You just like had a seizure. I had a big emotional response to this. He didn't. And the biggest reason I cried is because they cut out Fred's death. No. I cried when Voldemort died. I was like, no, Voldemort!
That was funny, honestly. It was just like...
My pasty skin complexion! Why didn't I wear the sunscreen?
I think that was funny when he went into the... he was in the white world thing. And he looked under the thing and he was like... And
that was awesome, by the way. The Voldemort's fetus, that was great.
That was funny.
It was everyone in the theater simultaneously. Ew!
No, because that was funny when Harry Potter, he wasn't expecting it. You could see his reaction. It was like...
And they didn't give him the glasses. That was awesome, because that happened in the book. He didn't have the glasses because it was like his heaven. Oh. He was in heaven. That's why he didn't have his glasses on, and they didn't really mention it in the movie. I was hoping you would notice it. Yeah, I was going to say, that was a very nice touch. Because in the book, they made a big deal about it. He's like, where are my glasses? Well, it's your world. You can make it what you want to. And then in the movie, it's like, he didn't really care. And I was kind of thinking that's an awesome touch. Anyway, this is going on way too long. I have to go edit this all together. But overall, what did you think of it? For someone who hasn't read the books, what did you think about this overall as a series conclusion? Really, what did you think about it? I think this is like... I am never going to be happy again after seeing this movie because it's over. And, everyone tonight was crying.
It's like Shrek.
It's not Shrek. It is
it's
Shrek.
Like
Toy Story.
Well, to me.
That's a good...
It's like that movie that you never want to end.
It's like everyone's been talking about, everyone's been saying it's over, it's going to end. And you're like, no, it's not going to end. And it's over.
Like the Hunger Games.
The Hunger Games was 3 years. This has been 15 years.
No, I mean, I'm saying you didn't really want it. No, the Hunger Games could have gone longer. Right?
He's going to be with me for the Hunger Games review next year, so
yeah.
Hope you enjoyed that. Midnight, yeah. But overall, we have got to finish this review. If you had to give it a percentage rating out of 100, what would you give it?
100%.
What would you give it for real?
100%.
I would give it a 99%. 100%. Why? Actually, you know what? Give it a 100. The only thing I didn't like was Fred's death, and I thought that was big enough to be counted against it, but I guess not. 100% for me, 100% for him. We loved this movie. It was amazing. Tell me in the comments, what did you think about this? Give me a rating. Tell me if this review was good or bad. And basically, I don't know, subscribe for some more reviews and news. And, oh yeah, one more thing. Dark Knight Rises and Sherlock Holmes. What'd you think of those trailers? That, call me horrible, but I was expecting Dark Knight Rises. Horrible. I was expecting the Dark Knight Rises trailer way more than this movie. I wanted to see the trailer more. I already saw it, but I wanted to see it in good quality more. And what do you have to say that's so darn important? A drink? Anyway, yeah, tell me what you thought of the movie. Tell me what you thought of the Dark Knight Rises and Sherlock Holmes, so I don't have to make a separate video. Yay! And just tell me who your favorite characters were, actors, what you thought, what you liked most about it. When did you start reading the books? Whatever you want to tell me, leave in the comments. And I guess for right now, that's all you need to know. What? You ruined my outro. So until next time, that's all you need to know about Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Expecto Patronum! That was very, very nerdy. Alright, the end. Then
how does that...
What?
You could have just said the crazy lady with big hair.
I said future me and Ed and cut this out.
At the very end, we can say, abracadabra, and then it's done.
No, I'm going to yell Expecto Patronum, and you're going to yell Avada Kedavra.
Okay.
And then we're going to say, wow, that was nerdy. Footage I can edit tonight. Gosh!
Right,
I'm leaving that.
Forget it.
I'm going to say Expecto Patronum. You're going to say Avada Kedavra. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Expect you. I said on the count of 3. You're gonna say Avada Kedavra.
Oh,
okay.
That's you went after.
That's a blooper. 1, 2. I was like 1, 2, 3. Expect what? Okay.
All right.
1, 2. Okay. 1. We scrunch it together. Fit in a shot. 1, 2, 3.
Abracadabra.
Doesn't feel
What the
so
heck?
good, does it? Okay, this time for real. Okay. It's Avada Kedavra, not Abracadabra. So I knew you were
I
gonna
said
ruin
Avada Kedavra.
it. Cadavra.
Avada Kedavra.
Okay. Expecto
Kedavra.
Patronum. The end.